Alright, so we're starting section 3, and so this is going to be about the initial value, and I just want to, let's remember initial means start. So when we say initial, what is your initial point? What is your initial starting value? We're talking that initial starting value is just being redundant because initial means start. Where do you start? So, key concept. A linear function can be written in the form, and we've talked about this before, y equals mx plus b. So that's the form in which we're writing in. And so those are equations. Just remember that initial value is your b. And just as a reminder, m is our slope or rate of change. So then we have a graph. We could also see this in the form of a graph where our initial value is where we cross the y-axis. So our initial value is our y-intercept. So initial value slash y-intercept. And then again we have our slope of our line, which is our m, our rise over our run. So those are where we can find initial values. We can find it in a table when we are looking at a table. So in a table, our initial value is when x is 0. X equals 0. And so those are the three ways. When we're looking at an equation, we look at where the b is. When we're looking at a graph, we're looking at where we cross the y-intercept. And when we're looking at a table, we're looking for when x is 0, what is our initial value. Alright, so example 1, match each function below with its initial value. So we have these 4 initial values, -3, -2, 2, and 3. So we're going to look at A. We're we're using y equals mx plus b. And so our initial value is going to be that b value. So here's my m, here is my b. So my initial value is going to be -2. So we've now used -2. When I look at b, here I have a -3x for m, right? So this would be m, that's not my b, but this +3 is my b. So now I've used, so this was a, this is b. So then when I look at c, 2x plus 3, so there's that initial value. Again, it's a +3. So I guess I shouldn't have x'd that out because that's b and c. And d, we have -3x plus 2. So here we have a +2. So this is d. So I just looked at where's my y-intercept, what is my b value, and when it comes to the commutative property, meaning we can change things around, that means that y equals mx plus b is the same as y equals b plus mx, which is why on example b, our y-intercept or our initial value is 3. And so that is how we know from an equation. So now moving on to an application, so applying. Josie has 1½ cups of water in her watering can. She fills the can before watering her plants. Water flows into the watering can at a rate of 1 cup every 4 seconds. So the graph represents the function described in words. So we have it in words, we now have it in a graph, and we want to find the value or equation for the linear function. So these are the 5 things we're going to look for. So we want to find the rate of change, and I can do that in 2 places. I can do that from my graph. I'm going to pick 2 points that cross at whole numbers, And I can say, okay, well, they're counting by 2, so I went up 2 and I went over 2, 2, 4, I love it, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? And so my rise would be 2, my run would be 8, and I would have a simplified version of 1/4. I could also look at the paragraph itself and see that it says a rate of 1 cup for every 4 seconds. And look at, okay, well, seconds are time and cups are my seconds is time, which is on X, and cups is my water on Y, so I need to do Y over X. So 1/4. So notice that both of those got us the same thing. So our rate of change of our function is 1/4. The slope of the line is 1/4, because, I mean, we figured that one out here. Y-intercept of our line. So our y-intercept of our line, if we're counting by 2, we're closer to the 2, so it's going to be 1 point. I'm going to guess 5 looking at it. Initial value of the function, well, when I look up here, it says that she already has 1.5 cups of water in the watering can. So I know my initial value of the function is 1.5. So this is just kind of showing us that the slope of our line is the same as the rate of change that we get from the paragraph, and that our y-intercept on the graph is the same as the the initial value given to us in the paragraph, just showing how they relate. So our function rule is going to be y equals our rate of change, right? Because we're going y equals mx plus b. So our rate of change is at 1/4. So 1/4 x plus 1.5. So 1.5. Or you could write it y equals 1/4 x plus, and 1.5 would be 3/2. Your choice, or whatever Math Excel tells you to write there. And that's how you would write it. But notice that whether it's from the graph or from the paragraph, we get the same information, and it creates the same equation. All right, so example 3. A linear function in the graph models the height off the ground in feet of a person riding a zip line t seconds after pushing off from the platform. How high off the ground is the platform? So this gives us two things. We have our y-intercept on the graph. We also have our b value in our equation. So in this case, it's h equals mt plus b. But either way, notice that our y-intercept, or our initial height, is 100. And so our height off the ground, or the platform's height off the ground, is 100 feet. Again, that's just looking at whether you're looking at the equation and looking at the b value, or you look at the graph and find the y-intercept. It's the same thing. And that is it for section 3.